Hello, Steve here, Concierge Health Advisor. Ooh, today, a book review. This will be a shorter version versus my podcast version. It was pushing 50 minutes. Woo! With video, people don't want to watch 50 minutes worth of some schmuck that isn't Joe Rogan, I guess. But here we go in any event. I'm reviewing a book called Supersized Lies, which is pretty much an approach to battle the bulge, battle obesity, the whole diet and exercise thing. Oh, yes, some of the regular listeners, especially, not too many viewers, but all know my shtick on diet and exercise. I've even got a whole series on stop exercising, stop it. Anyway, I won't plug me too much in this review. This is for the benefit of everybody. Both the writer, Robert J. Davis, PhD. I'll refer to him as Dr. Davis in this review. How about that? So basically, in a nutshell, he's poo-pooing the decades and past a century now of all this diet and exercise. He still advocates diet and exercise. He's still on that calories in versus calories out. But I must say, overall, the book is great. The book is great. I'm not going to poo-poo it much. It is constructive feedback. But if you're someone that subscribes to mainstream health, professions in healthcare, dietitians, personal trainers, it's the book for you. But here's my but. Not that it's any value to many people, but I hope this resonates both, the mainstream, but also constructive feedback for this new book, Supersized Lies. Supersized Lies. Also, just quickly on the lies, really, I don't think they are planning to lie. They're not really lying. They don't want to lie. They really believe this amazing pill, this amazing potion, this amazing powder, keto, hormone treatment. Oh, how about intermittent fasting? You do know that intermittent fasting, there's this idea that if you don't eat for say 16 hours and then eat for 8 hours, that means that you're hopefully going to take in less calories. But for most people it doesn't work that way. They're just going to munch for 8 hours. And as Dr. Davis indicates, a lot of these research studies aren't replicatable. Well, they are, but it's a splitting of hairs. The results are a splitting of hairs, and we are getting fatter. Why is this? I'll just quickly add my 2 cents worth. Is obesity, targeted towards obesity. Obesity has a fairly low threshold. 25 pounds overweight is obese. Oh my goodness. I'm coming off my own obesity. I'm pretty much half my body weight. My BMI was something approaching 50. And I never stepped on scales at my heaviest because I couldn't find any to take me. 180 kilos, 400 pounds. Whoa, yeah. So yes, this physique, you can only see a little bit of the physique. So as Dr. Davis advocates, your own approach as well. But your own approach is things like psychological approaches like journal writing, giving yourself rewards, and rewards and treats. No. For doing well, rewards and treats. No. My whole thing, my clumsy branding of what my approach is the whole 44, the twisted dairy and egg. Eliminating, yes, gluten, oils, sugars, nitrates and nitrites. Then you'll be able to absorb the micronutrients of the diet you already have. Plus, this day and age, we need to be supplementing because the micronutrients are not dependable in our food supply chain. that brings in the second floor of the 44, the 4 categories of micronutrients, in particular 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, and then you will be fit and healthy like moo. But I must say, Dr. Davis, I took a glimpse at some point his image, and if he's anywhere around half a century in vintage, he's doing well. But he references his own cravings and his own struggles and his own, he needs to get out and exercise, that sort of thing, and don't exercise. Yes, I do qualify my exercise as in lifting some bicep curls plus a set of push-ups and some shoulder press all in one hit, 60 seconds every second day. 60 seconds, not minutes. It's not a typo, it's not a speako. that's all my it's not classified as exercise. It's that's it, like just as my own conditioning of some muscle groups, or just in general, in case I want to move my big ass couch and that sort of thing, lift some boxes. It's good to have some sort of your body knows stress, right? And my shtick as well is my whole dairy and egg complex is keeping your protein levels up. I actually advocate keeping getting more protein in. That's one of the reasons why I believe that my physique is the way it is my extra protein intake. So that's my whole 44, the twist of dairy and egg, protein too. What a clumsy branding. Anyway, Dr. Davis in Supersized Lies, he does a great job in he's enlightened me in many of the diet and exercise and obesity treatment flops in the past, like Fletcherism, and I didn't really know how the whole calorie counting complex, how calories in foods were originally done, and the calories that we see on our nutritional information now are just based on models, based on historic data, and this many, this much protein, this much carbs, this much fat, 9 calories per gram of fat, and carbs and protein 4 calories per gram equals 800 calories, and the cheeseburger, big cheeseburger, I think the little ones are about 400. Anyway, this is from memory. I used to calorie count. I didn't do the whole Fletchering with Fletcherism back a century ago. That was chewing your food 500 times. Now they're sort of, it's really been revisited. Chew your food 30 times. Same thing, 30 times is still a pulp. It's not enjoyable anymore, but anyway. And Mediterranean diets. Okinawan diet? No, just Mediterranean. Dr. Keys. I was aware of the whole Dr. Keys thing. Poo-pooing cholesterol and saturated fat. We need cholesterol. We need saturated fat. Cholesterol, those scary cholesterol numbers, is a oils and sugars issue. Okay, I don't want to go too far on this video. I can go on for hours, and I welcome, personal interview with Dr. Davis, perhaps. I don't know. Constructive feedback still. Okay, so basically, I'd like to introduce 2 rooms. There's the bad room, my self-declared bad room, and my self-declared good room. The bad room has these 4 animals in it. It's got an elephant. The elephant in the room for Dr. Davis is diet and exercise, calories in, calories out, even though, those machines are inaccurate in how many calories you're expending. And some of the actual calories versus the labels are sometimes 100% out. You could be doubling your calories. Very studies have shown it's very rare that you're undercounting your calories. How about that? That's another advantage I got, another insight I got out of Supersized Lies with with Doc Davis. Well done on that. Good sources, well sourced. Yes, I checked some of the sources. Yep. I don't give sources because I'm not going to get any value out of it. I don't have much of a following. Even if I did have a following and I had all these sources in all my material, it's not going to make a difference. Oh, that's a bad source. Oh, that's give me more. Oh, that's it's not from Harvard. This one's from the Mayo Clinic. Please. And yes, Doc Davis does poo-poo on professionals which have advocated for these secrets and this and that treatment, which is very hair splitting of hairs in efficacy and just plain don't work. There was a particular doctor that was opening up all these this pill pushing thing, miracle weight loss pill. These centers all over America. He got to about 18 centers, and he said to some reporter, "You're going to be looking at the next billionaire." And of course, it flopped, right? So yes, I'm jumping from side to side in different subjects because they're all just rushing to me. Yes, it's not prepared, but I'll just quickly continue. So those two rooms, that's the elephant in the room, the diet and exercise. Even though he poo-poos it somehow. Well, not somehow. He does, it's inaccurate. You're going to torture yourself, like on the psychological and logistics level, the accuracy level, the efficacy level, all that. Also, genetics is the next animal. The tiger in the room. The tiger in this bad room, my self-proclaimed bad room, and this analogy that I'm trying to compare my approach and Dr. Davis with his Supersized Lies book is at the apex of the bad room. But if you don't know about the good room and you only know of the bad room, the mainstream healthcare complex, the allopathic medical model, Dr. Davis, this book is one of the greats in content, in wading through the quagmire of bull. Yes, well done. Yes, well done. Yes, I said I wouldn't push my stuff, but constructive feedback-wise, inadvertently, I'm pushing my idea as well. But also, let's compare notes. 7 years' time, 30 years' time, and then will I get a flourish? I'll give Dr. Davis a flourish. Will I be vindicated? Will Dr. Davis be vindicated? I'll give him raps. Let's compare notes in 10 years, 30 years. I will say, Doc Davis, you were right. That I do expect. I don't expect. I'd like to be vindicated or have a flourish if I'm still alive at age 80. Let's compare even visuals. One thing about your doctor, one thing about your dietitian, your personal trainer. Look them up in 10 years and see how they are doing. Let's compare myself and Doc Davis in 10 years. If Doc Davis is around my age, give or take even 10 years. I'm almost 50, right? And I've only started my advocacy of this 44, the twist of dairy and egg and protein. Yes, it's not enough. You could relapse this whole 3 years and 5 years, 98% failure rate. I get it. But I started talking about my approach when I was double my body weight, and it wasn't a pretty sight. I still got the videos there, and it wasn't a pretty sight at all. But that's how convinced I was with my 10,000 hours of taking matters into my, attempting to, but eventually taking matters into my own hands. And if I'd have reached 15,000 hours, of getting myself out of my mess, my health mess, the whole metabolic syndrome complex, the whole, the obesity, blood pressure, diabetes and cholesterol. I had all that, plus esophagitis, indigestion, musculoskeletal issues, carpal tunnel, and I was a mess. Statistically, being an ex sort of elite-ish triathlete, I was looking at insurance company wise, I was looking at dying early to mid 60s. The insurance companies don't know this, why athletes die younger, but I'll tell you, it's they sweat out their micronutrients. And the third, see how I'm jumping? I get it, and I'll try not to make it too long. I really want to say my bit. Sorry if you're getting bored. Come on, let's get through this. Okay, the third animal, the fox. Am I gonna? Is it going to be stress or toxins? Toxins is the fox. Getting rid of toxins. Some people pick vaccines as a toxin. Pollution, yeah. Heavy metals. It's a fox. It's not the elephant, right? And the mouse, perhaps the stress, managing stress levels. We get it, right? So that unknowing to most people is the room, the mainstream healthcare complex room. But to me, it's the bad room. So here's the good room. 2 elephants, the whole 44. 1 elephant, remove those 4 food categories: gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Dr. Davis advocates not poo-pooing any foods. You better poo-poo what these 4 food categories I'm advocating you cease, or you won't absorb. You need to cease those 4 food categories to make sure you absorb. Particularly, that's order of preference too. So gluten, which is wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Oats, just because it's the pro-inflammatory cytokine in oats is called gliadin, it doesn't mean that it's not a pro-inflammatory cytokine which damages your villi, and then you can't absorb as much micronutrients as you should. And that, my dear listener viewer, is the reason why we become ill earlier and die younger and get fatter younger and younger and more fatter, right? We need to get this. But if you don't know, like in the bad room, the mainstream healthcare room, those 4 animals, if you don't get it, you won't lose weight. Well, you will, but your success rate will be part of the stats. 98% failure. In a tunnel, out of the tunnel. So, and what's the second? Oh, sorry. I've only mentioned the one food category, the oils, which is oils in a bottle. Yes, polyunsaturated fat, avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil. Oh, yes, must be gone. Has to be gone. That is the whole atherosclerosis issue. Is oils. Fried food and burnt animal fat is part of that complex. Sugars, oils and sugars gives you those scary cholesterol numbers. It's not cholesterol in itself. We need cholesterol for our brain and hormone health. I wonder why we have fertility and performance issues. Oh dear. Up your eggs and saturated fats intake, Ed. Oh, be sweet. I know that's sacrilege to say that, but that's where it is. Right. So, sugars, I also advocate less sugar intake, fruit intake, the fructose in sugar, the fructose in your fruit. The sort of fruit we have these days is not like what our ancestors once had. It's very high in fructose, genetically engineered to be all nice and fruity and lovely. No. I have fruit. I've had fruit a couple of times in the last year as a religious holiday type thing. But that's it. And my last vegetable, probably going on a couple of months. Oh my God, you can't be doing that. Well, you need to. We forget that fruit, veggies, grains, nuts, legumes have lectins, otherwise known as poisons in them. Even the stuff that we can tolerate, that's edible for humans, still interrupts our functioning, our enzymes, our absorption, and the whole complex. Someone that eats a whole bowl of basil, why would you want to do that? Anyway, a whole bowl of basil, and then they have a bit of hollandaise sauce on their eggs Benedict or something, or a bit of butter on their bread, maybe a steak an hour later. They had a drink of water. They're going to blame, I must be lactose intolerant. That milk. The meat. It was the meat. I've got food poisoning. I feel sick. And even blame the water. Must be something in the water. Sometimes, my dear viewer, listener, it's the amount of fruit or veg or grain that you just ate. Anyway, I just want to. Yes, I know I didn't want to go too long, but that's part of my room, the first elephant, and the fourth category to eliminate the new carcinogen in town, or the new big whopper carcinogen, is nitrates and nitrates, mainly found in processed meats, the whole bacon, salami, pastrami, ham, corned beef, spam, all that processed stuff, right? Gone. So basically 90% of the supermarket gone. With Dr. Davis, Whole Foods. He advocates the Whole Foods. What's natural foods? That doesn't mean great either. If your Whole Foods diet is heavy on oils in a bottle and gluten, you're still going to be dying at the average age of 77 of a normal human being. You're not going to. I get it. Some of you will become octogenarians plus, but many won't make it past your 60s. Okay. Yes, Whole Foods makes sense. It doesn't mean that it is true. And that's where even what I'm trying to advocate, Dr. Davis isn't lying. Just like all his other predecessors, his other colleagues, his other professionals that study the same stuff. They're not really lying. They really believe in it. But it's not true. Or the truest. There might be something more true. Yes, if I gain 30 pounds, and I can't imagine it, but if I gain 30 pounds, someone looks me up, he's gained all this weight, I will eat my hat on YouTube. If I get cancer, I will eat my hat on YouTube. The whole cancer thing, I don't want to go too long. Look, I've already mentioned it. I didn't want to make it too long. It's already too long. And what to do in the chapter of what to do, Dr. Davis pretty much putting it in your own hands. There's a lot of psychological self-work to do. Your own relationship. That's not what people really want. They really want good answer. For some people, it's an adequate answer because what makes me want to crave it? The whole craving complex. Here I go again. Is a placa issue. PICA. If you look it up on Google, it doesn't give a great definition, but anyway, pica is a pretty much nutrient deficiencies, and when you have cravings, that's pretty much a nutrient deficiency issue. Our body isn't smart enough to slap us, to lead us to get some more calcium, selenium, arsenic. Arsenic is an essential mineral. Of course, it's trace amounts, right? And you don't put it up your nose or in your arm, down your gullet, through your liver. Yes, arsenic we need, or you're dead. We tried some of this on animal studies in the 50s and 60s, and if you don't have certain minerals, you're dead. If you're not dead, you will be sooner than your other animals that get it. And with obesity, high correlation nutrient deficiency is chromium, vanadium, and zinc. And yes, Doc Davis poo-poos the whole chromium. Chromium. If you take chromium, and the reason why it hasn't worked for people, because they're not absorbing it. But they also need the vanadium, they also need the zinc. But no, if you just go to the store, get chromium, vanadium, zinc. I'm not sure if you can get them separately, but it may only help 5%, 15%. I don't know. It could give you a benefit. You've got to be absorbing it. You've got to do the whole 44, the twisted dairy and egg, maybe protein too, extra protein. And that's when the real efficacy will kick in, what I'm trying to advocate here. So that's my good room. So quickly, with that bad room, or the room that most people know, those four animals of the elephant, diet and exercise, the tiger, the genes, no gene, weight management. Obesity is not a gene issue, neither is the whole disease complex. No, it's not. Genetics is not a transmission of disease. All disease is a nutrient deficiency. That's why I will bet you that there will not be a genetic therapy ever developed that works. They'll develop it. Who knows if it'll work? Just like those magic secret herbs and spices are for weight loss. Same sort of thing. They're putting probably trillions in it by now in genetic therapies, and it's not going to work. They don't understand. And the reason why we're becoming sicker and our life expectancy is going to decrease, not increase, is because we're depleted of especially minerals. If we don't get the minerals into the soil, which ends up in our food and then us, and also, do you think your carrot that you bought last week versus the carrot that you bought this week that comes from a different farm has the same minerals in it? No! If it's not in the soil, it might even be in the same region but from a farm just down the road. It could be totally different, the sort of minerals that's in the carrot. So these days our micronutrient supply is less dependable. So we need to be supplementing. You don't have to do my shtick, my thing, okay? But if you're not supplementing right, and if you're not cutting those four food categories, the first elephant in the room, then you're not going to absorb what you do supplement or eat naturally. And yes, I know, I'm aware that I've jumped from that I was going to summarize, but then I went off again. Naughty. So tiger, oils, yes, that's where I went off the rails. Oils, sugars, I mentioned sugars is sorry, no, I'm changing rooms. In the bad room still, the tiger with the genes, yeah, that's where I was. Sorry. With the genes, right, you heard it on the genes. The fox, pick your toxin, fairly low efficacy in health outcomes, yeah. There was a study done in the 70s, $25 million, probably worth $1 billion in today's scientific research and academic complex is probably worth $1 billion to perform this study. Doc J. Wallach was part of that. He was pretty much the main thrust, and 18,000 autopsies, 450 different animals, and including 3,000 humans on top of the 18,000 autopsies. So 20,000 plus. They discovered that the whole study was designed to see if pollution was adding to our health woes. They discovered, no, it's not pollution, it's micronutrient deficiencies. Oh, I hope that's resonating. Also, the US spends more on healthcare than the rest of the world combined, and it still ranks over 40th, about 45th in the world in longevity, in life expectancy stats. There's something off there. Oh, but it's their choices in junk food and their whole culture. Well, culture. No, the US had a head start. I don't want to go into that because that's probably another half hour. The whole putting ash on. We used to put ash on our crops as fertilizer until in 1916 that Russian dude created the modern day fertilizer, only putting 3. We only need NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium to make the stuff that grows to grow. The least amount of money spent for the most growth, and that boosted production, but it didn't boost our health. Oh, but we've doubled our life expectancy since 1900. But no, well, we have, according to stats, but we haven't doubled it since 1850. We're pretty much flatlined since 1850. If you take the same epidemiological areas, you can hockey stick the graph even more by, we've 1,000%ed or tenfolded our life expectancy in the Ukraine since 1933. The whole Holodomor thing. You can hockey stick it anyway. Any stats you want to use, and doctors, average life expectancy under 60. Billionaires, according to Forbes 2012, 66. I found out the other week there's 3,000 billionaires on the planet. Anyway, and vegans aren't living longer than a average couch sitting, Cheeto eating Westerner watching Netflix. No, a vegan is busting. They also crave, so they take up their calories with oils. Oh, olive oil. That's why they die even earlier than that couch sitting Netflix Cheeto eating guy, girl as well. Now I'm going down the epidemiological route. Doc Davis mentioned Pima Indians. If you want to find out more about the Pima Indians, I've mentioned it in the podcast. It'll be on the show notes as well. I've gone down the rabbit hole of, a bit more of a rabbit hole with the Ojibways and the Navajo Indians. Even India, as in Hindu Indians, northern provinces and the southern provinces difference, and the life expectancy and illness issues with northern USA and southern USA. Southern USA eats more fried food, which is more oils, which is the second, right? So in summary, there's 4 animals in the bad room, my self-proclaimed bad room, versus the 2 elephants in my room. Take away those the gluten, oils, sugars, and nitrates. Put in the those 4 micronutrient categories, the 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids, and then that room will solve your obesity and other health issues, like it has mine. I'm a walking, talking example. and look me up in 30 years as well. Okay? Even Doc Davis, let's compare notes. Even in 10 years, or 30 years, or 50, let's see if who can reach being a centenarian as well. Anyway, so that's the 2 rooms. It's getting dark now, so, and I've been going on for 20 minutes longer than I wanted. Oh my goodness. So, also in a nutshell, it's a very positive book. Only if you know about the mainstream room, it's the bad room in my books. It is the tip of the positive iceberg, this book, okay? But this non-credentialed schmuck like me that doesn't have too much following, or I was a registered nurse. I'm more accurately, I'm suspended. It's administrative. It's not clinical. Trust me. Anyway, so I can form arguments. I've had a credential. I've been a professional. At the lower echelon of credential and professional, right? But being a registered nurse. But in any event, you are exposed. You know how to make arguments and the whole scientific method complex. I get it, but I certainly haven't got a lab coat and a stethoscope on me now, and I haven't got fancy letters after my name. And that's what Doc Davis also advocates for. Like, even though his colleagues in the past have done a bad job, still, make sure that people are trained. Go to professionals to help you now. Gee, that's a little bit of a contradiction. But if you're in that mainstream room and that's all you're going to subscribe to, you're not going to subscribe to the ideas of some schmuck like me, then please follow, listen, or follow the what to do, what works chapter, the final chapter in the Supersized Lies book. Okay, so sorry for the darkness now, but that's all I've got more, but that's all I'm going for when I've more than doubled what I wanted to do. Yes, it's unprepared. Yes, low production quality, jumping around with riffing and ranting, but it's there. I and also Doc Davis would like to save the world. We've got different approaches, and I invite, let's compare notes in 10 years, 30 years time type thing. Anyway, I said that again. That's all I got. I hope this helps. Bye for now.